Homeowners, it's not a question of if, but when the next hurricane will come. No matter what Florida weather has in store, StormSmart has products that protect every opening of your home while improving the look, feel, and function. From durable aluminum shutters, high-impact windows and doors, to our innovative storm catcher screens, products that enhance the beauty of your home and keep your family safe. Because smart is complete hurricane protection, and smart is peace of mind. Call StormSmart today for your free in-home consultation.
When your power goes out, remember just how inconvenient your life can be. No lights, no refrigeration, no heating or cooling, no electronics. But with a Generac home standby generator, you'll have power when you need it. Our Generac generators automatically provide backup power after sensing a power outage, so your life goes on uninterrupted. Get a free 10-year warranty with the purchase of any air-cooled generator. Call Generac Generators today. Generac Generators. Life is primitive without power.
We've got some clouds out there, even a couple of sprinkles as another front rolls through the area. Most of us wake up to sunshine and then very warm temperatures in the afternoon. Our temperatures, they're going up and they're staying up. Really nice forecast, especially if you're planning on going to the beach or the pool. Rain chances very slim. Another beautiful day in store. It's going to bring us a very high chance of storms. Some isolated showers across the area. Mother Nature likes to remind us that it isn't set by a calendar. We're always on it for you just in case things begin to pop.
Streaming from the ABC Action Weather Center in Studio A. This is Dennis Phillips Live. Sponsored by StormSmart. Protect every opening of your home with StormSmart. And by Generac Generators. Life is primitive without power.
How you doing, everybody? Tuesday night edition of Dennis Phillips Live. We've got quite a few things to talk about. We're going to discuss the get-together that we're going to have this coming Saturday at the Crooked Thumb. Hoping everybody gets a chance to come on out and say hello. We've been doing this ever since the year after Irma, and in fact, I don't know if you saw it. You might not have, but I will show you. It's pretty cool. So here is a look at the new can. Okay, so here, can you see that? Can you see it, or is it too dark? I don't know, we don't have a lot of light, but here's a new can. And here is a look at a 4-pack that they sell of the new can. So you got the Don't Freak Out. You got me when I was probably about 25 pounds heavier. And, and Lauren St. Germain looked at the picture and she's like, it's like, Dennis, are you blonde in that picture? I'm like, I don't know if that's a combination of blonde or gray streaks or whatever the case may be, but it's pretty awesome. I do love the new can. And so for the folks who are planning on coming out, it's in Safety Harbor, all right, the Crooked Thumb Brewery. I think it's on 10th Avenue. And it runs from 3 o'clock until 5, but I always stay later because there's a line. Big area. It's got a giant area like a with picnic tables and open air area, and then it's got the inside part where people line up. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times there's like a line that takes like an hour to get through. But if you just kind of hang out and wait till it goes down, that's cool too. Because my take is, look, you guys know me. I love the interaction. I love the chit chat. I just do. So I'm not going to be like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Get a picture done. No. I mean, we talk, and I like to hear how, if you're a fan of DPL, if you're part of our group, if you're part of our family, I like to hear how you got there and whatnot. And I love it. So expect a lot of cars, a lot of people, and a lot of fun. My daughter will be there. I think some of her softball girls are going to be there as well. They're a giant gift basket. They're going to be raffling off with lots of awesome stuff inside of it. And then, of course, we're going to have the debut of the cans, the 4-packs, and portions of the proceeds go to hurricane relief efforts. The Crooked Thumb do that. So we're going to have some rule number 7 tumblers as well. The water tumblers, I'm not sure what logo we're going to have on it. I don't think we're going to have the new one, but I am working on Kip, who owns the Crooked Thumb. He said that he could get me a a copy of the artwork, and we're going to see about maybe getting some of that on some limited edition tumblers and whatnot for the upcoming season. So again, this Saturday, 3 to whenever, Crooked Thumb and Safety Harbor. Hope you stop by. It's a lot of fun, and it's just great getting a chance to see everybody who is often on here and see them in real life. So looking forward to it. So Jules, how you doing? We're gonna jump in and talk and show you the radar, talk about some severe weather going on across the deep south, and also talk about our front that's coming in on Thursday, and the hint that there may be some more rain chances toward the end of next week if the Euro and the GFS are right. But first, let's do some hellos. Jules, top of the list, first in. Anna Maria right behind her. How you doing? We've got Cassie, Pamela in Auburndale. We're also doing another meet and greet. I'm doing one in June 23rd in, I think it's in Newport Richey. And that's going to be from 5 to 7 on a Monday night. I think like June 23rd, whatever. I think it's that Monday. Yeah. From 5 to 7. That's listed. I'll be posting that as well. A lot of speaking engagements, tons of speaking engagements over the last few months and the next few months. So hopefully get a chance to meet pretty much everybody. Ryan in Tampa, how you doing? Kurt, good to see you. Oh man, your air conditioning, I have no doubt. I told you guys this story. My air conditioning bill went up to about $1,500 a month about 5 years ago. Out of the blue. It was never more, it was, you know, it got to be $700, $750 in the summer. And I keep it at 72, 73. So, I mean, I get it. We use it a lot. But it just, all of a sudden, it went up to $1,500. And it's the summer, it's always been like that. I have no idea why. And it's crazy because in the wintertime, everybody, when I have all our Christmas lights, everybody's like, oh man, your air conditioning or your electric bill must be crazy with all those Christmas lights. No, because we use LEDs and our bill is never more than $300 or $400. But in the summer, it's like $1,500. So I feel your pain. It's crazy. Joseph in Hudson, how you doing? Randy in Brooksville, good to see you. I have not gotten any yet, Alex. We will see over the weekend. Mary, it is going to be hot, hot, hot. Kathy, good to see you. And Kelly, good to see you. Elise, nice to see you. Sandy, thank you very much for the stars. All stars go to Children's Miracle Network. Jim in Eastlake, good to see you. Delta, evening to you. Elise, again, thank you very much for the stars. The can being round makes me look more robust. That's what Laura said. That's a nice way of saying it. Wanda, how you doing? Taylor, good to see you. Nice to see you back. All right, so let's see. Who else do we have here? Lee's Treats in Palm Harbor. And Adam, nice to see you. As always, Rick and Monica wants to know, Bill wants to know where the 520 line is. Good luck on ever seeing that. That's up in Antarctica or down in Antarctica. So I'm not sure. Lance is asking something about Dick Fletcher. I'm not sure what it would be. You know, Dick was a meteorologist in Tampa, passed away from a stroke many, many years ago. I was actually awarded, there was a Dick Fletcher award for hurricane from the Governor's Hurricane Conference, and I was awarded it several years ago. It was an honor, because I mean, you know, we've had some meteorologists in this market that have, you know, legends. You know, Roy Leap over at Fox. I mean, Dick Fletcher was certainly one as well. So yeah, I mean, we have seen it. We have seen a lot of long-term meteorologists in this area, ones that have been around here for a long, long, long time. Yeah, Adam, you and I both. Let's go ahead and take the radar, because Adam just talked about the west to east flow. And unfortunately, when we get a west, oh boy, wait a minute. I'm seeing a ban. I'm seeing a spammer. Oh man, I was just about ready to get into weather, and then sure enough, Billy G. Kenneth is yeah, well, you know what? It actually, it scrolled up where I can't go back and get him. So, oh man, it's serious. He went past the top, so let me see if he's still here. Wait a minute. If he does not post again, then he will escape my clutches, because it does not allow me to go up past where it goes by. So Billy, Kenneth, wait a minute. Thank you, Heather. I'm scrolling down. Scrolling. Ah, there he is. There he is. Okay, ready? Banned all live streams. Confirm. You gone. See you around, Billy, you loser. What do you think you're doing? Come on. That's not what this is for. We don't be spamming people like that. It's a bunch of nonsense. Okay. It's not a big house. Yeah, David, I do not have a big house. I don't. It's just, I don't know. My electric bill went from $700 to $1,500 like that one year, and it never dropped. $1,500 a Duke Energy was just they got me. It was absolutely insanity. All right, so Sawyer will be at the Crooked Thumb. Nice to see you. Very glad. All right, let's get back to radar. We were looking at radar until I had to ban what's his face. Okay. So Alec had mentioned that we have that west to east flow, and clearly we do, because look at the direction in which these storms are moving, like that, right? So unfortunately, when we get a west to east flow in our area, you can pretty much draw a line right about here, and there's the line, and anything moves in that direction, you get rain. But unfortunately, for the people that live in this area, whoop, nothing. Very little chance of rain. So that's where we are. Let's go ahead and look at what's happened. I do want to mention, because there are tornado warnings. Man, this is just another night and day of this. This is right around Tupelo, Mississippi, where you've got a tornado warning right there in red. You got that area right there. So unfortunately, there's one. You got another one over here in Shelbyville. Is that in Tennessee? Yep. So in Tennessee right there, you've got your hook right there. You've got another one. So numerous tornado warnings again across Tennessee and in through Alabama. You know, oh, here's another one, right? Ooh, no, that's severe thunderstorm warning near Huntsville, Alabama. Not a tornado warning yet. Possible, though. But yeah, Tupelo, big city there. And that's headed pretty much in that general direction. So that's something that those folks are going to have to watch as it's going like in that direction. But yeah, we've had, 5-6 straight days. And look, it's tornado season. May is the month where traditionally you get more damaging tornadoes than you get in any other month. And, you know, you can make the argument that in our area, there are more tornadoes in the summertime, and there are actually waterspouts and whatnot. But when we're talking the large, damaging, and unfortunately deadly tornadoes, those are occurring in the month of May more often than not. And there's this one little cell, a little bit of rain right now, eastern Polk. Temperatures right now, inland areas in the lower 90s after highs in the mid to upper 90s. Mid 80s, Tampa over to Riverview, 85 in Mayaca City, 83 Clearwater. After a high today, Clearwater, or rather St. Pete hit 94 degrees today. 87 South Tampa right now, Plant City 88. There are those highs. Check out St. Pete at 94. 88 Clearwater, 89 Sarasota, 95 Plant City, 94 Zephyr Hills. All those inland areas in the middle 90s. Outside right now, Tampa 87 with the dew point in the mid 70s, so that gives you a feels like of 94. This morning we only dropped down to 79 degrees. So obviously when you got a very warm start to your day, it's already starting warm, and it's just going to get even warmer. So mid 90s again tomorrow after starting in the upper 70s. Look at the radar, things are starting to pop. So we got that front, and we talked about it last week, and by golly, the models did a nice job. A week out saying we were going to get a front, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Now, a particularly strong front, no, but maybe a bit of rain. So there's tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. There's tomorrow evening. Now look, you see it coming in up north, just north of the Futurecast banner there. So that's going to make it through Gainesville tomorrow evening with some showers. And then what will happen is overnight, it'll lose the heating and the rains will go away. And then around 8 o'clock tomorrow, Thursday morning rather, the front's pretty close. And you start to see the moisture is out ahead of it along with the front. And you're going to get some isolated storms. I mean, we're not looking at a great chance, maybe 30%, but it's something. And that's lunchtime. And then you go to around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and there it is. There's your front. You kind of see the direction, east to west to east. And then, so in the afternoon hours, there's at least a chance, even back toward the coast, that you're going to see a few showers, maybe a thunderstorm. Nothing widespread. Then it continues to move south. And then it's gone. Maybe a bit of residual moisture on Friday, but overall the holiday weekend will be dry and will be hot. No way around it. You see the rain chances on Thursday across our central counties, on Friday, southern counties, Saturday, Sunday, and Memorial Day, extremely low. Now, here's what I'm going to show you. Look at the way that temperature band goes. Look at the way you got the line moving back up over the holiday weekend, well above average with high temperatures, and that's in Tampa in the mid-90s. But then you see the drop down toward next weekend. Now, what could that drop be? Is it a cool front with cooler, drier air for early June? You know better. But when we look at some of the models, look what it shows us. We're going to start with the GFS. So, by the way, this is a look at the potential tropical development. And obviously, this is a map we use a lot during hurricane season. And this takes us through second week in June. No development expected. All right, now, let's go back and look at the GFS. So there's the GFS. There's Wednesday. There's Thursday. There's your front coming through, and maybe a shower. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It is showing, maybe a shower Sunday afternoon. I threw in a 10% chance on the 7-day. There's Memorial Day. Still mostly dry and very hot. Now look what gets closer on Tuesday. Now I want you to see, this is the GFS, all right? Look at where most of the rain goes. Tennessee Valley, weak low pressure, and then you got a storm developing off the Carolinas and moving out to sea. But look what's left behind. Look next Wednesday. Look at how it's kind of unsettled across the southeast in our area. Now look at Thursday. Kind of the same thing. That's the euro right there. I don't want to give that away. So there's the GFS. And then next weekend, it does develop another low and potentially some moisture being brought up from that low. Now this is a week and a half out. And even look at that. This is like 2 weeks out. You've still got low pressure, lower pressures, put it that way. You don't really have developing, but you do have enough moisture and enough instability for some rain. Now that's not rainy season stuff, but it's pretty darn close. Now that's the GFS. I want you to look at the euro. The euro is more aggressive. First of all, you've got a little nor'easter brewing on Thursday. Look at that nor'easter up around New England. You got a nor'easter, you got a Memorial Day nor'easter for New England. There's Thursday, there's Friday. That's going to bring wind and rain to New England on Thursday and Friday, and then out of here on Saturday. And by the way, where's Sean? Look at that cold air wrapped around it. See that blue dotted line? There's your line. There it is. So there is a little bit of cold air. And if you remember last week, we told you that there would be a trough in the eastern third of the U.S. and there would be much cooler weather for the eastern third of the U.S. Not for us, but for the eastern third. And there's your nor'easter. So let's see if the GFS is showing that. GFS is showing, actually looks like double-barreled low. See that? See the double-barreled low right there spinning around? That's the GFS. The euro is more consolidation of that. All right, so then let's look at next week. You got Monday, Memorial Day. Look along the northern Gulf Coast with the Euro. There's Monday night. That looks like rainy season stuff in Florida right there. But it's premature. Regardless. Marie in Newport Richey, or from Port Richey rather. How you doing? Anyway, there's Monday. Now look in the Western Gulf and look along the Deep South. Look at that right there. That is next Tuesday. The Euro, here's the GFS, here's the Euro. GFS, Euro. So the Euro is far more bullish on picking up some rain coverage early next week. And again, I wouldn't call it rainy season, but it's not a particularly well-organized system either. It's kind of a transition, I guess you'd say, into the rainy season. But the problem is, and Adam brought this up a couple minutes ago, and he is very correct, you still have a westerly flow. So if you have a westerly flow, the majority of the rain will be inland and east coast. There's next Wednesday, clears out. There's Wednesday night. So that actually, that's an east to west flow right there. Look at that. Look. Okay, here's Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. Look at Wednesday afternoon. See how it comes across? We'll see if that happens. It's a week out. But look at, it looks like you have a stalled out front, is what it looks like. And look at that moisture just hanging across the northern Gulf Coast. See that? And then it's exactly what it is, because look, you have a little wave of low pressure developing along it, east of the Bahamas. See that? See that low developing? So that's what you got going here. You got a stalled out frontal boundary on Memorial Day along the northern Gulf Coast. And then it just kind of hangs out. Okay? Then you have a wave of low pressure develop along that boundary midweek. But the point of this is, if that's the case, then there are going to be increased rain chances. But then the low develops and takes the moisture along with it and swings the front through. See it? Northern Florida there, central Florida there, South Florida there. See it? And then it continues to push through. And the only reason it's doing that is because you have a decent low developing. See, and this is 9 days out, so clearly it's very low confidence. But if this low here develops, then it will swing that front through. Not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying that's why that map I showed you right here is showing what it's showing, a cool down, not because of cooler air, but because of cloudy and rainy potential conditions. So then it goes farther out, and the Euro develops another front 10 days out, even 14 days out. So with a low in the Great Lakes. So what does this tell us? New graphics start on the 28th, Ryan, the 28th. How did you know that? Did I mention we have new graphics coming? I must have. So the point I'm making on this is, while this is not rainy season, this is a stalled front, a lingering front, feeding moisture and enhancing the chance for primarily afternoon and evening storms. With a westerly wind, it's gonna move away from us. With an easterly wind, it's gonna come toward us. So back in the day, we used to have the classic summertime pattern, which was more of a southeast flow, bringing everything back our way. We don't see that as often maybe as we used to. All right, I want to show you one more thing. In the tropics, they are quiet. Oh, I used the Q word. Gulf and Caribbean, nothing, 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 nothing. I mean, a little wave right there toward the end. It's the Euro, actually. But what my point is in all of this is we have what's called more of a progressive pattern, and that continues to bring weather features into our area, which will continue to give us at least some rain chances starting next week through the following week, hopefully to tide us over until the rainy season gets going. All right? So that's kind of where we are. So Jamia is asking about Saharan dust. Too early in the season. The other thing is too, we've talked about this. The water temperature in the eastern Atlantic is still below average per se, not as much as it was. But just because it's below average or below what it was last year doesn't mean it's not capable of producing tropical systems. If you have an 80-degree water temperature, you still have the dynamics of the energy needed for development. Obviously, the warmer it is, the more energy, the more likely development would occur. But just because you'll see a little blue color on the water there does not mean it's too cool to develop. It just means it's cooler than it was. Depending on what you're looking at, you might be looking at departure from normal. You might be looking at compared to last year. You have to look at what that color represents. And when we think of blue as a cooler water, oh, well, if it's cooler, you're not going to get development. No, it's just not the case at all. It just might be cooler than it was before. That makes sense? Okay. So, thank you, Wanda. Appreciate it. Again, all stars go to Children's Miracle Network. Cindy wants me to hit the ban button for saying the Q word. I am not a superstitious guy. I don't believe in superstition at all. So I just, it's the same thing. Oh, look, he's never given up a home run. I don't care. Oh, he's never missed a free throw. I don't care. I do not have that kind of power. So maybe some people out there do, but I don't. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate it. So, yeah, Carrie, I don't know if anyone's done a study on that, but I know folks who have lived here much of their life. It used to be you could set your watch by our afternoon storms. Now, I wasn't here, so I don't have the data, but I know a lot of folks say that's the case, and we just no longer have that, especially with a westerly wind. You get an easterly wind, you could start setting your watch between 4 and 6 o'clock, those late day storms. But unfortunately, we have a west wind. Now, like I said, when the water temperature gets to be 85-ish, 86-ish, you get storms that develop overnight in the Gulf and then move inland in the morning. So you do get morning rain, and you also get morning water spouts when you have a westerly flow with a warm Gulf. But we're nowhere near that at this point. All right, so let me go ahead and answer some questions, but I think that's kind of where we are. Again, we'll be back. Tomorrow I will be here with Sean Daly, who will be at Epic Universe. So I'm going to be Zooming with Sean tomorrow on DPL Plus. He is doing a preview of Epic Universe. He's there today, and he's going to be there tomorrow. So if you're interested in Universal's Epic Universe, and you know Sean, he's full of energy, and he'll be able to show you and talk to you and answer your questions about what's going on in Epic Universe. So check us out tomorrow night at 7:30 on DPL Plus. Thursday, we'll be back again more with the holiday weekend forecast and some final thoughts on our meet and greet on Saturday, really. I really, really hope you get a chance to come out to the Crooked Thumb on Saturday. It is a blast. We've been doing it for years. It's crowded, it's fun, and it's a great atmosphere. My daughter will be there with some of her softball friends, and they'll have a giant gift basket that they're raffling off, where the proceeds go to their team. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Marianne, how you doing? Say hello. I saw Marianne. I think I met Joe at Innisbrook at the Valspar a month or so ago. So Jules, you had friends go. Jamia had friends that went to the park. So yeah, Reed Timmer took a direct hit near Huntsville. Spun the Dominator around 360. Wow, you got that on video? I did not see that, Shannon. I'm going to have to look for that. Reed Timmer is a tornado chaser. You've probably heard of him. If you haven't, he is. So Bev wants to know how you can purchase Rule Number 7 merchandise. We will have some of the Crooked Thumb. If you go to the Etsy page, just go to Etsy.com and search Rule 7 Shop. You'll see all the stuff. We are adding new stuff, and we're considering taking off of Etsy and putting it on our own website, because a lot of that money, instead of going to charity, not a lot of it, but some of it goes to Etsy. They have their fees. So we're kind of hoping that we can get rid of the fees and have more money to donate. So again, guys, thanks for watching on streaming. I'm going to hang for a few more minutes on Facebook, and we'll see you tomorrow night on DPL Plus. And again, on July 1st, we start broadcasting on, at least that's the plan, on the new Channel 66. And we'll talk more about how you can get Channel 66. You get an antenna for 20 bucks. You put it up, and you're going to get all these channels for free. Not cable channels, ones that are over the air, OTA. Our channel, all the local channels, 66 is one of them, and all the Lightning games, all the preseason games, all the regular season games, and all the first-round playoff games will all be for free. And we have a unit known as Tableau, and that's something we're going to be talking a lot about as well, because it is kind of like a cable box, but it is just designed to pick up OTA stuff. So you'll have it all there on a box, so you can use it like you have a regular box, a cable box, except it isn't cable. It's OTA stuff, and one of those channels would be ours. One of those channels would be 66, which will have DPL Monday through Friday at 7:30. So we will be live here. We're still on Facebook. We're not going anywhere. We're still on streaming. We're not going anywhere, but we're also going to be on broadcast TV, which means I'm going to be running commercials in the whole 9 yards. So I'm going to have my own little world all right here. Not just the computers for the weather stuff, not just the band button, not just my Diet Dr. Pepper, but a button to run commercials as well. So it is the over-under on me messing it up over and over again is at least 6 or 7 times per night. I have no doubt in my mind. So anyway, guys, that is about it. Tomorrow will be a day just like today, mid-90s inland. Thursday, some isolated storms here. Let's joke back. I didn't actually show you the final forecast for the holiday weekend. And it is, Jules, it's some serious power. There's your boating forecast. West winds, again, west winds, 5 to 10 knots, seas a foot or less, light chop in the bay, water temperature at 84 degrees. No, see, Marissa, it's 66 on OTA, not on cable. See, that's the thing, and that's, I want to be really clear. Like, all right, let me explain this. So right now, our channel, we're 28, I guess. On cable, we're 11. But if you were to use OTA, we're 28, and 28.1, 28.2, 28.3, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think we are. So they will be 66. So it will not coincide with the numbers you had them on cable. Now, whether or not that station is going to be a part of Spectrum or YouTube, I don't know. I think they're in negotiations. Because at the end of the day, we're going to have all the Lightning games. And that's going to be a big draw for people in the Bay Area. So maybe Spectrum is going to work out a deal with us with 66 to have it on their cable. I don't know. But you got to pay for cable. You don't got to pay for this channel. It's free. Your only expense is a $20 antenna that you can get at Walmart or Amazon, or a Tableau unit, which works all the cable channels, and there's no monthly fee on it. It's a one-time fee for the Tableau box, and then everything gets imported, and you got all your channels right there, and you can use it just like a cable box. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing. But that will all be clarified as we get closer. It starts on July 1st. Anyway, let's get back to what we were saying with the forecast. So looking at the beach, boy, the beach forecast looks amazing. Gonna be amazing. Sunny all weekend long, maybe an afternoon shower or a thunderstorm on Thursday. Yeah, they're not on FanDuel anymore, Debbie. They're gonna be on our channel, on 66. Now, that's a good question, Debbie, and I do not have the answer. And that is the question I've heard from a lot of people. What if you don't live in our area? What if you don't live close enough to Tampa to pick up the free channel? Now, it is going to be available on the Lightning app. You'll be able to download the Lightning app and watch it from the app. I don't know whether that is pay or not. I heard a rumbling that it might be like $1 a game, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. So if you live within broadcast signal of our transmitter, which is the Bay Area, you'll be able to watch the Lightning games for free. You don't need FanDuel. But if you live outside of our broadcast area, then I think it's a matter of whether or not they work out a deal with YouTube TV or Spectrum, or watching it on the app and then casting it from your app onto the TV. That's what I'm hearing. Don't quote me on that, but that's kind of what I am hearing. All right? Anyway, there's the 7-day. And low to mid 90s tomorrow, mid to upper 90s over the holiday weekend. Best rain chance will be on Thursday. By the end of the weekend into next week, we're looking at the potential for a little more moisture coming in. Not rainy season per se, but a stalled out front, some moisture coming in. We could see for those 2 weeks thereafter, and then that would kind of get us into the rainy season, that we're going to see some rain. So there's your Memorial Day weekend forecast. Highs in the low to mid 90s, mid to upper 90s inland. The beach is going to be jam-packed, but it will be beautiful. And we will be dodging maybe a couple of thunderstorms. Oh, so Shannon posted the video of Reed Timmer. I'll have to look for that. I can't, and I don't think I can show it anyway because it's probably, I don't know. I never know how that works. I never know what rights I have to show things or not show things on social. Like I've showed a YouTube video. In fact, I think I probably can't, because we used to have a fireside chat here, where in one box would be me and the other box would be a fireplace because it was cold out, and it got taken down because I was showing something on YouTube. So I don't think I'm allowed to do that. Do you pay for extra Roku service? I only get the procured WFDS, not live streaming. I don't know, Cassie, but here's what I will tell you. In the afternoon, Crystal, I promise you, this will be as of July 1. DPL will start broadcasting on that channel as well, in addition to where we still are on July 1. We'll have lots of, you guys know me, I'm here most days anyway, and I'll be here every day, Monday through Friday, as of July 1, for the peak of hurricane season, obviously. But I'll let you know. I don't have those answers, but we will be getting them soon. All right? All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. We'll be back tomorrow night with Sean Daly at Epic Universe to give his thoughts on the preview that he has seen, and then we'll be back on Thursday with a Memorial Day weekend preview, the tropics, and anything else that's going on. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on our next edition of Dennis Phillips Live. See you guys.